It's day 32 of 365, challenging you to step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Today makes 1 month since I started this journey to step out of my comfort zone to try all these new experiences and ultimately for personal growth. So I said yes to doing a month-end reflection, and you get to come along. To keep things simple, I condensed it into 3 main points. So if any of the parts may not be to your interest, feel free to skip them below. So number 1, a quick introduction about myself and what is this journey I'm on. I'll also briefly touch on the kind of visa that allows me to stay here for a longer term. Number 2, we're talking about some of the amazing experiences and bucket list things that I've done. And of course, some of the costs that come with it. And finally, number 3, what's next? Hi guys, I'm Sean, or you may know me from my handle, Sean Way from Home. I'm from Singapore and I believe that experiences make us who we are and shape us into who we are to become. That's why I've taken this journey to be bold and to be courageous and to say yes to all sorts of experiences that could be out there, both the good and the bad. This working holiday visa that I'm on allows me to work and yet does not mandate that I do. With it, I can actually explore and have the freedom to try out all kinds of experiences that could be out there waiting for me, while at the same time, I need not fit a sort of mold that society expects of me. So if you've been following along on my journey and you really love living each day excitedly through my eyes, remember to give me a like, share, and follow. And now for the exciting part. What new experiences have I been getting so far? I would say these. Now you must be thinking, Sean, all these look amazing and they look wonderful. And I agree. I think they're great too. I've been having the time of my life. But at the same time, these things come with their own sacrifices. Even before arriving here, I've given up my job and career. I've given up the time spent with family, with friends. These are the things I've left all back home. If we talk about financial costs, even before I arrived here, we're talking about air tickets, insurance, miscellaneous stuff, visa, medical, all these things came up to just slightly over 2,000 Singapore dollars. I've also had to get used to a new sort of lifestyle, new sort of expectations. So for systems, sometimes they're not as efficient or as fast as I'm used to. Or for people, they can be a bit more laid back, both in a good sense, but also sometimes a bit of a negative. And I have to get used to that as well. Finally, it's also about getting used to a sort of rural lifestyle. Being in the city is fairly similar, but when you go to far-flung places and I find myself, not having a proper toilet, not having a proper shower, and I have to deal with many, many insect bites, sometimes really itchy that I can't sleep, and also, sometimes meeting new people and having new exchanges. I even tried a raw crab leg once. So these are some of the sacrifices, so-called, but I do see them as part of the experience. So it's really been fun. So I guess that begs the question, is it really all worth it? Well, my personal belief is that I would rather say yes and regret than say no and regret. By being open to the unknown and putting ourselves out there, that is where we get experiences that you would never typically find in, say, a holiday or even in your day-to-day life. So it's really about being comfortable with discomfort. And that's how we gain new perspectives. And that's how we even see a side to ourselves that we may never have known is there. So, what's next? Well, I'm trying to secure a car of my own at this moment, so that will give me more freedom and flexibility to go on more amazing adventures. And I think it's also perhaps time for me to start on some paid work because, well, money isn't going to replenish itself. So perhaps something short-term and simple like fruit picking and packing, or perhaps something a bit longer that will give me a useful skill. Bartending perhaps? If you have any suggestions or any recommendations on where I can go specific places, let me know down in the comments below. So follow along for the road less traveled. That's day 32. I will see you tomorrow.